All right, she's live. Welcome back to the shop. If anybody decides to drop in, I'm just kicking around in the shop a little bit this evening. I'm actually playing around with the camera, so I don't look like anybody's watching it now anyway, so don't really expect anybody to show up. Just testing out a camera. All right. Now, first things first, let's put Mr. Gantry up here. I'm going to be checking out a tram bar, seeing if my spoil board is trimmed properly. I know it ain't. I ain't never trimmed it before, but we're going to be checking it out anyway. Get this end mill out of here. A lot of dust in there. This is a tram bar from IDC. It's a little adapter I made to hold this filler gauge. We're gonna see if it works. Snug it up, just finger tight. Jog the gantry over just a bit. And we're just going to inch it down. When you're using these filler gauges, it'll amaze you just how much that right there will move it. Just the weight of your hand. All right, right there is on 5. Even me walking across the floor. I've got a wood floor, so that's when the camera usually shakes, but I've got it mounted up on the beam right now. Oh, she's off. Zero, 5, 10, 15. She definitely needs a trimming up. Well, I ain't touching nowhere. I guess where I was standing in the floor. Now 0 to 5 anyway. Not a very accurate reading because I don't have my spoil board properly mounted. Got my convertible spoil board on here. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Get in there. The tram bar and gauge works good. You say that anyway. Put this sucker in rapid. I talk about my convertible spoil board. This is what I'm talking about. Not mounted at all. That's a fresh piece of MDF I just cut for the spoil board. Hadn't used it yet though. Here's my main spoil board, because I like to drill straight down into my plywood with my clamps. Here's my workover clamps, just some scraps. Let's see how loud this gets. That's all I use for clamps there, mainly. I do still have my workover clamps that I designed. I use them sometimes. Not very often. I don't do a lot of CNC work to start with. We are just messing around in the shop. I do got to make a cutting board. I got a lady called me today. She wants a cutting board by Thursday next. And she also wants 100 slate coasters. So I had to get on there and order me some slate coasters. Man, glitter. Always making man glitter. Break out my compression bit. Give me a little elevation on my router. This is not going to be a used cutting board. This is going to be a decorative cutting board. She wants the whole face of it laser engraved. I tell people, don't laser engrave a cutting board that you're going to be using. I did not make the CNC myself. It is a kit that I put together. This is the long mill from CNC Labs. This is the Mark 1. This is the very old. I did make adjustments to it to where it would hold a plasma torch as well. Well, my jigs are around here somewhere. I've got a 3D printed some spacers where this will hold a plasma torch, and I put a relay switch on the laser output of the control board to fire the plasma torch. But I've been running this one for 6 years. The only drawback about the long mill is it does have V wheels. I've ran this one for 6 years. I replaced these V wheels one time. Sometimes I have to, it's pretty tight right now. Sometimes I have to go and adjust these V wheels because the gantry will loosen up. But that is on me because I do run my CNC pretty aggressively. Zero it out right there. I got the bit in the very corner. Some people come through here with a piece of paper and they'll slide paper while they're dropping the Z to set the Z on their CNC. I just spin the bit by hand till it starts rubbing. And zero it right there. That works just as good as using the Z block. Let's see here. First thing I need to do is make me a file. Lady I spoke to today, this is 1 inch thick. So what did she say she wanted? She said 10 by 16. And this says 1 inch thick. 1, not 10. And then of course I got it in the wrong orientation. There we go. This piece is 13 by 24, so that's the measurements I'm going to use here. Go ahead and put the full dimensions in there, might as well. Had somebody on YouTube complaining because I didn't use the material dimensions. I just put in the dimensions of the product I wanted to make. It really don't matter, as long as you know where you're starting from. Get my big head out of the way. Make me a rectangle. We're going to make that rectangle 10 by 16. We're going to round the corners just a bit. Oops. Control Z. I told you to go 16 by 10. Put my glasses on, I might be able to see something. Nice little cutting board we're going to make today. Simple project, nothing to it. Make our tool path. I'm using the 1/4 inch down cut end mill. This material is 1 inch thick. I am going to ramp into the cut, and I am going to use some tabs. And drop me a few tabs in here. Those will be sanded off later. There's my tool path. Let's save my tool path. Profile 1. And I'll get to my CNC controller and we'll open that tool path. Profile 1. Put my dust shoe on. I did a video the other day where I 3D printed these dust shoes. I designed them around these magnets that I have, and made my dust shoe here. Did that in Fusion 360. I'm going to mute this thing while this thing sucker's running because this is going to get loud. When you're creating your job, you need to make sure you tell the software you're zeroing off the top of the material and not the spoil board. I always go off the top of the material. I don't know why Vectric always wants to put me back to the machine bed. We go from the top of the material. This is material setup has changed, I know. This is teak. It's a teak project panel from Lowe's. They're about $34. They're 24 inches by 24 inches. Let's see, go home. Zero it all out right there. 0, 0, 0. Raise it back up. Resave my file that I've had to create. 1 inch. Close, save. Saved, reopen it. And she's ready to start. I'm gonna mute out again. Well, the dust collector actually works a lot better than what you've seen here when you use it properly. That way. It ain't gonna be able to go down that far. My camera ain't gonna be able to look down here, but right here's my dust collector. I got this hose right here that goes to the router. I got this other hose that goes to the vacuum one. I had this hose hooked up, not the router hose. So it works good if you got it connected properly. It don't work so good if you don't have it connected. When you get the right hose connected to your dust collector, it does work. Well, that's all it took to make this cutting board. And that's all the clamp you need. Some drywall screws and some scraps. Come right off. Using the camera back out a bit. Now I'll sand that with some 60, 80, 100, 150, 180, all the way up to 240. Then I'll put the butcher block conditioner on it. And she'll be done. Well, no, should be ready for engraving. There's the butcher block conditioner I always use. It's mineral oil and beeswax. That's all it is. You can mix up your own. Be fine. All right. Well, this was just a short stream to test out this camera. Anyway, that's all I was really doing, is testing out this camera. I don't have a whole lot of light in here. Half an hour stream. Maybe if I reposition it under the monitors over there, it'd be better. So I do want to make sure. Yeah, I think that would be better. I'm not sure if it would or not. Have to see. Okay, next stream I do from the shop, I'll have the camera repositioned under the monitors to see if that gets any better. That's just too high up there. This thing won't zoom and pan at the same time. That's as far as it'll go that way. You'll look at the lawnmower. Okay, home button. That's all I do. I hear little projects anyway. Made me a little mallet yesterday. I don't even know what this is. Some scrap wood I found laying around. It's hard though, it's heavy. If anybody sees this in the video, you tell me what kind of wood that is. I have no clue. And automatic took over. Automatic cameraman took over. Over here. Ain't you supposed to be following somebody's voice? Guess it's not. Well, that'll be all for today, I guess. Look what's going on. I just jumped on here testing out a camera. Just fiddling around a little bit. Cut me a cutting board. Gotta sand it down and get that engraved. But that's all I was doing. Now I gotta get the RC remote. I got to get the RC mower out and cut some grass. That's what I was supposed to have been doing. Why cut grass when you can play with a CNC? Well, that ain't much. Old wood floor. How much can this thing see? Zoom out. Got my Milwaukee wall over there I built. There's the home for the remote control lawnmower. Little work area. I was just mentioning, I made this mallet yesterday. I have no clue. Well, I know the handle is oak, but I have no clue what that other wood is. It was just some scrap wood I found. I don't know if you can identify it. That's what I cut it out of. This camera ain't really good enough to see it that well. Heavy as crud though. Go that way. It is a 15 by 20 wood storage shed. And that houses my CNC anyway. All my lasers are in the basement. It's a nice little area to work on. It's not a tabletop. This particular piece is an inch and a quarter thick. There's a glue line. I don't think it was a tabletop. From the area that I collected it from, I was assuming they was going to use it for decking boards for a utility trailer. But there is some glue on here, so I don't really know, to be honest with you. I know it made a nice little hammer. I designed that up and cut that out yesterday, like I say. So. Anyway, I do appreciate you stopping by, and maybe I'll try to do something later on for a longer stream. I'm going to cut this one short and watch back. There goes my automatic cameraman again. It's supposed to follow your voice unless you're controlling it with the remote. Controlling with the remote, I thought I was supposed to cut that off. Oh, I always reuse junk piles. I'm cheap. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by. We'll catch you next time. You have a good day.